Hi everyone, it's Kim. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to take a look at one of the latest new releases from Elizabeth Craft Designs for the cute and whimsical mouse collection. And this is called Aloha Accessories, and the clothing is designed to work with the little mouse dies. But if we take a look at what else included in this set, you can use it with the big mouse dies, or you could just use all these pieces on their own. There's a lot of pieces in here, and you could even use them with the dog. So if you have the dog collection and that's more your thing, these all these accessory pieces would work with that too. Not sure that the clothes would. I haven't tried that out yet, but there's so much in this die set. Plus, we're going to look at how we can combine it with some earlier releases as well. So let's take a look at the Aloha Accessories. Again, I'm using them with the little mouse dies. And when you look at this, you're going to say, well, that doesn't look like a truly completed card there. And you would be right. And there is a reason for that, which I'll share with you in just a minute. So if this was going to be my card, I would definitely trim down my cardstock and put it on a card base. But let's just take a look at what's in this. And I did pull in some of those older dies, which we'll take a look at as well. So we'll start first with the clothing of these two little guys. Those are all from the Aloha Accessories. There's the drum, which is a perfect size for that little mouse. And then this cute little guitar over here and the sunglasses. So these sunglasses are for the little mouse. Now, I have a couple other things in here because I had some other dies and I thought these have to all work together so perfectly. Beach scenery, again, look at all those dies. Nice big sized. I can use them with the small or the large mouse, but I could use them on their own. So from this, I pulled out the umbrella and the sand off of this die set. And then the hat, there's called Beach Accessories. And this is for, again, the large and small mouse because there's, the different size clothing. But there's a few things in here too that I can use that are just accessory pieces I can use for any of my mouse sets. Or again, I keep saying dogs because the sizing works with the dogs as well. So I pulled the hat out of the last set there, the Beach Accessories, just to finish him off. But that would be a cute card, just a summertime card. And they also have a stamp set. So there's a reason again, and we'll talk about why I didn't make these into actual cards, but I could stamp on this, and I just stamped on another piece of paper and cut it out. But there's a stamp set, Destination Fun Sentiments. So some of them are definitely Hawaii related, but most of them you could use for any tropical vacation or just really any vacation. And they're kind of geared for photos, and you'll see why that is here in just a second. So that gets us started with our first mouse card. And then let's say you don't have the mice or you're not into the mice, you just love all the pieces. So this one is made just using pieces from the Aloha accessory set. So I've got those beautiful leaves and the flowers on the leaves. And then this lounge chair, that looks like a great place to sit. And then all of our little coconut drinks and our pineapple. So I could use those just totally on their own for their own purpose. And then I pulled out from the stamp set here, Just Relax. I think that just looks like a great thing to do. And the paper that we're going to look at from here on out is from a paper pack. I don't know if this is still available. Dawn Till Dusk. I found this when I was cleaning out my craft room. I didn't even realize I had this. And I'm going to flip through this. So, if you are interested in this, get on and Google it. Again, I don't know if it's even still available. But when I saw this, I thought, oh my gosh, talk about, a paradise in the tropics here. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful paper. And those colors are so intense. And you may think, well, it's kind of the style of the paper is not quite in line with the mice. but I tried to pick some out that were, they work together, even though it's a more serious background and a more fun character base. I still think they work together, and I definitely think it works for this one. So then we're going to go back to looking at one of our mice. And again, from here on out, I just combine things from the Aloha Accessories with the other two die sets that we looked at. So here we have our little mouse, the side view of our little mouse. She's got her little Hawaiian outfit on. And let's see, what else do we have from this set? The tree comes from the beach scenery. And let's see, the shells come from this Aloha set down here. The beach scenery has the tree and the towel. And let's see, I have the little thongs that she's holding from this set and the little ice cream cone. I love that little ice cream cone because that's a pretty realistic cone, and then you can make it whatever flavor you want. So again, just combining previous die sets that were available with the new. I love it when new stuff can add on to old stuff. I think that's great. And then I stamped Best Day Ever. I could attach that on the card, and I'm good to go. And again, this could just be a fun summer card. It doesn't have to be to somebody who just went to Hawaii or to a tropical paradise. Just a fun summer card. So here we've got our little lady again. She's got her hula skirt on. But this time I found this little bikini set in the beach accessories, and I thought, I could switch out the tops, and she could have this top versus this top in the new set. So again, you can mix and match. I tried to position her body so it looks like she's kind of doing the hula there. I'm not sure if that really comes through, but that was my goal. And then again, the tree and the ball come from beach scenery. And these little maracas come from the new Aloha Accessories set. And again, I love that paper. Even though it's like a serious background, the colors are so intense that I think it really helps bring out my characters, the colors in the characters. And then here's one again. We're just using the pieces. We're not necessarily using, the mice with it. And this, when I look at it, I think is for the most part from beach scenery. So I've got the umbrella, the towel, and the pail with the sand in it and the little scoop. And then there's Aloha from the new stamp set. So again, I just went back, had fun putting these all together, even though this is a serious background. And if I were making this into a card, I'd obviously trim that down a little bit, but I think that's a fun card. Now let me show you another new die set, and the reason that I didn't make everything I just showed you into an actual card. And the Camera and Suitcase Build-A-Book is the second die of this new collection. And I want to show you how humongous this is. And then I'll show you a couple that I made. So this one is the camera. Let's just take this out and it'll be easier to see here. There's a camera in the suitcase, and these are big dies, and we'll take a look at how big here. Flip that around. So this is our camera die for the camera book, and then here is for the suitcase. And the suitcase is actually can be used as the back of the book, and the pages for the camera. So those two work together. And then we have, the pieces to decorate both the camera and the suitcase and a few other little pieces. And they give you some ideas of what you can do there with the lens of that camera. But again, this is one where you could just go crazy. So this is what I did. I many, many, many years ago was in Hawaii. I could probably dig some of those pictures out and I could fill this book. So I made mine camera base just fun and colorful. Not a realistic camera, just fun and colorful. And I made a little mouse to go inside that lens. And then I started to cut my pages. Now, I haven't gotten very far with this because I'm not sure what all my colors are going to be, and I'll be adding more pages. But this is my thought. I'm going to put a decorated page here with the mice. So let me pull one of these here. Let's take this one. And then on this side, I'll put my actual photo that I took in Hawaii. And again, if you didn't go to Hawaii, but you went someplace else tropical, that would work as well. So I just put these on with glue dots temporarily. And now I'll have to rearrange some of this. But because I didn't glue everything down, I'll just carefully take it off. And then I will glue it once I get this laid out. I can glue it over permanently onto these pages. But because I can't necessarily get this paper again, I didn't want to, I'm hoarding the paper. Let's just be honest. I'm hoarding the paper. So I could build my little scene over here. I'll have some with the mice, and then I'll put my picture or pictures over on this other side. And then I'll just, as I build this, I'll coordinate my background paper with whatever my decorator paper is, my printed cardstock. So I will just go through and do that for all these pages. Now, I also can change out the rings. So for now, I just have this to keep this together. I could use ribbon. I think I can get some smaller, more colorful rings. So I'll have to see once I finish this how thick it is. Then I can buy the rings if I want to change these out. That will fit my book more. And then, of course, being a dog lover and a grunge lover, I thought I started this one. This is some of that grunge paper we made with the rusting powder from Paper Artsy. So I die cut out the camera. And then this would be the suitcase, but it also is the back of my book, and it will also serve as the die for my pages. And I just finished the front of it, and I wanted to use the Elizabeth Craft Dogs die. And again, you can make this look into whatever dog you want. So this little pup is supposed to be my youngest dog, Jolene, peeking out. So this will probably be the book of Jolene. And I'll go print off some pictures of hers. And then I can fill this with all of my dog dies, just like the mice, except this time it will be dogs. So there's a lot to do. This, even if you don't have the dog or the mice, this camera and suitcase build a book, you could make this whatever theme you want. And let's just measure this super quick. I brought my ruler here. I'm just going to measure. I'm not going to include this little tab, just the actual book part. And let's see here. The book is about 6 1/4, and then you could add the tab on, but I'm not going to do that because I won't be actually putting anything on the tab. And then the part that you could decorate inside is about almost 4 1/4 in height. So that is a good size book and easily will accommodate a full size picture. So I had fun playing with these. I still got some more work to do, obviously, to now get my pictures together and finish putting these little books together. And then if I need a summertime theme card and I want something fun, there's nothing better than these mice and just, a tropical day. These are feel-good dies to work with. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again in a future video.